then hopefully August the 21st of 2015, 2 years, my school will open. The Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey RBG Pan-Africanization Academy. We're going to have an aviation academy. We're going to teach your sons and your daughters how to fly airplanes.
August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a notice to auction off the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy campus for unpaid vacant property registration fees. I repeat, on August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a lien to auction off the campus we bought, the campus we've been working on for 6.5 years. I was not notified of this. We were not notified of this. This past weekend, without an email, this past weekend, without a letter in the mail, this past weekend, without a phone call, the city of Wilmington put a notice on the door handle of both of our schools.
Welcome back, Warriors. It's me, Linda B. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. We have Dr. Umar Johnson, the Pan-African race hustler. Yeah, the grifter. You know what? He's out here woke and broke. You know what they say, you go woke, you go broke. We're talking about Dr. Umar Johnson today, Warriors, and how he needs money for unpaid fines, penalties, water bills for a school that he's been trying to open up for about 15 years now. That's what we'll be talking about today on Chat with me, Linda B. All right, Warriors, you know what to do. Don't forget to give me the thumbs up, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. If you have not already, select all notifications. Stick around to the very end. Let's go. Dr. Umar Johnson. He's got some problems. Now, I need to understand why a lot of Black folk in America hadn't caught on to the grift yet. Newsflash, when people, I'm going to show you examples of what people who are race hustlers sound like. Okay, this man owes $76,000. He has received, according to reports that I've seen, over $1.6 million in donations to open up a school. The school would have been named Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey School, and it has not yet opened. He first talked about it in 2010. He said he was opening a school, and he started raising money in 2014. He bought a building of a former charter school in 2019. Maurice J. Moyer Charter School in Wilmington, Delaware was purchased 6 years ago in 2019. The school has yet to be opened. What's going on here, Warriors? Is this man a grifter? You raised all that money, just like Carmelo Anthony's family, who he stood up for and took up for. They raised more than $500,000, almost $600,000, and they filed indigent. You guys, let me just tell you all something. I don't want people to keep falling for these hoaxes. Okay, I'm going to show you what a race hustler and a grifter sounds like. You've heard Al Sharpton. Okay, everything is about race. They make everything about race. These BLM activists that run out when it's convenient, but you don't seem to hear from them. They come out like roaches when you turn the lights on. It's the Black man's fight. They trying to get us. It's our chance. They trying to discriminate. They trying to profile. That's what they sound like. And they are very racist towards white people. Everything is the white man's fault. When you hear people talking like that, like Al Sharpton and those Black Lives Matter activists, they are grifting. They are playing on our emotions. We have been programmed. I like to use the word programmed. We've been programmed to think a certain way. Some Black folks, the melanated folks, the folks of the melanin, like Officer Tatum says, we've been programmed a certain way. And so when we hear certain things, they get us emotional, like someone claiming that they're being mistreated because they're Black. And what that means and does to a lot of Black people, and then all they got to do is say, this happened to me, and then they put up a GoFundMe, this horrible thing, this white person did something to me, and usually it is not true. Let me tell you, and I'm not going to say it ain't never true, but usually it's a hoax. It's a way to get money. Yes, Booker T. Washington warned us about this over 100 years ago. that there's a certain group of Black folks, a certain group of Negroes that like to keep the Black man's grievances constantly before him because they want sympathy and also because they want money. This is a grift that keeps on grifting. And somehow y'all just have not learned yet. So the next time you see somebody bringing up race and the white man this and white man that and all of that, and they're so, kind of activist-like about it, like Benjamin Crump and others, I mean, you can be almost 100% sure that it is a grift. I want to show you this clip from Dr. Umar Johnson. What he's saying, listen to what he's saying, and we're going to go down memory lane a little bit with Dr. Umar Johnson. I want you guys to learn today. We're not going to fall for this anymore. It is not fair that y'all let these folks out here lie to you and you give up your hard-earned money. Okay? You see what happened with the Carmelo Anthony family? They know that we're emotional. Okay, let's just watch.
On August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a notice to auction off the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy campus for unpaid vacant property registration fees. I repeat, on August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a lien to auction off the campus we bought, the campus we've been working on for 6.5 years. I was not notified of this. We were not notified of this. This past weekend, without an email, this past weekend, without a letter in the mail, this past weekend, without a phone call, the city of Wilmington put a notice on the door handle of both of our schools, informing me that if we don't pay the past due vacant property registration fees and outstanding utilities by the 25th of Black August, they will sell our campus. Brothers and sisters, can I ask you a question? Why were we not notified that they were going to try to sell our campus? Brothers and sisters, why are they trying to sell our campus at the very moment that our accounts are frozen? Brothers and sisters, is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence that the city of Wilmington is trying to sell properties that we own and have been working on continuously behind our backs? They were going to sell our schools behind our backs. They didn't even tell us that they were going to try to sell our schools. We received no notice in the mail. We received no notice by email. We received no phone calls at all that they were going to try to sell our schools. Instead, they put a notice on the door handle. Somebody stole one set of notifications and sent it to the YouTubian struggle streamers. Somebody stole the Frederick Douglass High School paperwork off the front door and sent it to the struggle streamers. But luckily for us, Sister Ra Ebony was able to get the paperwork off the Marcus Garvey School before the haters stole that paperwork. I believe, brothers and sisters, and please let me know your opinion. I believe, brothers and sisters, and please let me know your opinion. I believe, brothers and sisters, and please let me know your opinion. I believe that they were going to sell the school, and they wanted to sell the school before we found out. I believe that they wanted to sell the school before we found out. We were not supposed to know that they were going to sell our school. Why do I say that? We were given no notification. We received no letter in the mail. We received no email. We received no phone call that they were going to try to sell our schools. Instead, they put a notice on the door in a low-income neighborhood. They put a notice on the door with rubber band and masking tape. They put a notice on the school front door with a rubber band and masking tape.
That is Dr. Umar Johnson. And now he purchased that building again in 2019. Are we supposed to believe that he never received any notices of taxes that he owed or any water bills that he was supposed to pay? Are we supposed to believe that? And again, this is in Wilmington, Delaware, for his Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey School. He purchased that school 6 years ago. He's been working on this. We first announced it in 2010. We're talking 15 years, and still there is no operational school. This man has been out here playing on our emotions, and there is a reason why he kept saying, brothers and sisters, brothers and sisters. He kept being very repetitive, and there is an art to these race grifters, these hustlers. They play on brothers and sisters. Let me tell you, brothers and sisters, oh, he's playing us. Oh, he's not playing me. But some of you all are going to be very emotional and say, yeah, they're trying to keep away. They're trying to keep a black man down. Yeah. No one is trying to keep the black man down. We got to get rid of this over emotionalization when it comes to skin color. We have to get rid of this constant set of grievances that are pushed before us. And because we are emotional, we are a prime target for people like this. This man has received almost $2 million in donations, and there is no school that's open and operational. He purchased a building, but there's no faculty, there's no students, there's nothing but a building. See, I need everybody to understand this grift that keeps on grifting needs to stop. We are tired of it. Us on the conservative side, seeing our liberal black brothers and sisters be so emotional and worked up. And I'm going to show you what a grifter sounds like. I've already given you examples of Al Sharpton and Benjamin Crump. They make everything about race, and they are going to make everything about race and constantly talk about how black people are oppressed and how we are, how it's the white man's and Caucasian nation and all of that. That should let you know, just newsflash, they are a grifter, okay? And you're giving them your hard-earned money for what? You're not going to get anything out of it. Keep in mind that Dr. Umar Johnson has scheduled and rescheduled the opening of this school.
September 14, 2013, Umar Johnson reiterated his August 21st, 2015 grand opening date.
And then hopefully August the 21st of 2015, 2 years, my school will open.
In the World Beat Center video from September 14, 2013, Umar Johnson made pertinent statements about FDMG and his future crowdfunding goal.
And then hopefully August the 21st of 2015, 2 years, my school will open. The Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey RBG Re-Africanization Academy. We're going to have an aviation academy. We're going to teach your sons and your daughters how to fly airplanes.
Now, that was 2013. It was supposed to be open in 2015. And they've had other dates that they were supposed to open, numerous other dates. Things kept getting pushed back and back and back. So the question is, where is the money? Okay, where's the money? I told y'all, grifters have a way of doing things. If you see signs of grifting, which I'll go over those signs later in this video, you need to just walk away. You have yourself a con artist on your hands.
White people are very intentional about domination and control. And the one mistake that we make as African people is we don't understand the difference between racism and bigotry. A bigot hates you because you black. A bigot think you inferior. A bigot is emotionally tied to the worst stereotypes about black people. You feel me? Bigotry is personal and it's emotional. I hate black people. Racism is not personal. Racism is not emotional. Racism is business. Racism says, I have no problem with you being black. I have no problem with you dating my sister. I have no problem with you living in my neighborhood. I don't have no problem with that. But I want to make sure white people control all the resources in Wilmington. I want white people to control all the opportunities in Wilmington.
So he's talking against Wilmington, where the school is. This is the same grift promoting blackness. And he is supposed to be bringing up boys to be good examples of fathers. From what I understand, he wasn't a good father to his own children. So what the heck is he even, Dr. Umar, what are you even talking about? You out here grifting for this long and there is still no up and running operational school. Black folks, we got to stop doing this. I'm sick and tired of hearing about the next race grift. When have we been made fools of enough? What is it going to take? We were made fools of back in the day with that Tawana Brawley mess under Reverend Al Sharpton, which he was like a chubby mob rat. And now we're still being played the fool. He's still out here, a grifter, Al Sharpton, yes. Dominique Alexander is the spokesperson for the Carmelo Anthony family. And you can be for sure that Dr. Umar Johnson, I don't even know if the man's the real doctor, but anyway, that he supported the Carmelo Anthony family. anything to get tribal in promoting racism and tribalism, to make us feel some sort of way. He mentioned emotionalism. Black people are some of the most, I'm just telling you, liberal people, period, black or white, some of the most emotional people. They're so emotional. They're not logical. They're not common sense like us conservatives of every ethnic group. They are just so weird that way. You guys, look at this. Dr. Umar Johnson has been raising funds for the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy since 2014. Based on available information, specific figures reported include, in 2014, a fundraiser for the FDMG Academy raised nearly $150,000 in 30 days. By 2021, it was reported that Johnson had received approximately $1 million for the FDMG Academy. In 2025, critics and reports suggested that up to $1.6 million in donations may have been collected over the years, though this figure is not officially confirmed. IRS filings for the FDMG RGB Leadership Academy indicate contributions of $116,586 in 21, $204,822 in 23, and no revenue reported in other years from 2020 to 2024. Cumulatively, these reports suggest Dr. Umar Johnson has raised at least $1.6 million, at least, for his Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, with estimates varying due to a lack of full transparency. Critics have questioned the use of these funds as the school has faced delays and reported issues like unpaid bills and vandalism. Exact totals are uncertain due to inconsistent reporting and unverified claims. And just to be clear, he does owe, he's facing potential seizure. Okay, he is facing potential seizure due to court judgments totaling over $76,000 in unpaid fees, water bills, and penalties. According to court records in Delaware, the city has issued writs of motion indicating that the school buildings could be seized and auctioned by the sheriff if the debts remain unpaid. And I believe they have to be paid by August 25th. Okay, they have to be paid by August 25th, and the city is going to auction off this building, which is still not an operational school. I have done everything I could to educate you all. I tried to educate, not infuriate. This man literally owes at least $76,000 in unpaid penalties, and the city is going to auction off the school. And he's been talking about this school since 2010, and getting donations since 2014, and the school, the building, he purchased the building in 2019, but it's still not an operational school. So you all tell me your comments, okay? You guys need to ask for receipts. There is a lack of transparency here, a lack of transparency. And again, when you hear people talking like that, when they talk about the oppression of the Black man and they keep talking about it, and then next thing you know, they've got some racial trauma going on in their lives and they want you to donate. If this is the order of it, okay. They come out as a Black activist. They're pro-blackity black, the blackity black, black, black. And then they're talking about the oppression of the Black man and this white supremacy, this systemic racism that's in this country that just keeps the Black man down. The evil white man's foot is on my neck. And then they come up with a racial trauma, that's sometimes just made up, I'm just going to be honest, or taken overboard, just really over exaggerated. And then after that, they want donations. Clock what I said. These are your grifters. Now, Dr. Umar is woke and broke. He needs more money. Never mind the almost $2 million that he's already received. Give me your comments. What do you think? Do you think Dr. Umar should be given more money? Like the Carmelo Anthony, the people in Texas that raised their give, send, go donation goal. They had already overmet their goal and then they raised it again. They were harping on the race thing too. And then they asked for money and they turned it into a race thing. Then they turned it into a give, send, go where people were giving money. And then they used up all the money, apparently, allegedly, and want and raise their gold is on Give, Send, Go. There is a pattern. Okay, we need to look at the patterns. All right, that way you will not be hoodwinked again. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to smash like, comment, share, subscribe, select all notifications. Be blessed. Love God, your families, the United States of America, and march on, warriors.